only. It's 3. Okay. Go back to just me. Go back to, hey. My name is Dr. Andrea Pennington. I'm an integrative physician, acupuncturist, and brand strategist. My career in broadcast and digital media spans over 20 years. As past medical director for Discovery Health Channel, I've had multiple appearances on Oprah, Dr. Oz, and CNN, and my TED Talks have reached 2.5 million people. I've published 13 books in the last few years, and now I work anywhere there's Wi-Fi. For the last several years, I've been helping other doctors, dentists, healers, and coaches from around the world to share their messages with global audiences through personal branding, publishing, online courses, and media training. And what makes this combination unique is that I am bringing my 20 years of expertise as a professional speaker and coaching other people on their TED-style talks. So I know what it takes to craft a keynote, a TED Talk, and even workshop presentations so that you communicate your message with confidence and clarity. Hello, hello. Welcome, beautiful soul. It is so lovely to be here on a Wednesday. I am Dr. Andrea Pennington. Conscious Evolution is a podcast and so much more. And today is a special day because we are going to be diving deep into your subconscious to rescue and reconnect with some of your hidden talents. We are even going to help you find the next part of your life mission. Is that a big, bold promise? Absolutely it is. But guess what? I completely believe that that is what we can do, and that is what we are up to. Because right now, there is this big awakening happening on the planet. Everyone has been invited to look at our lives from the perspective of our true purpose and our true being. And that is, you are a soul. You are a soul with infinite potential. And yes, you're also a human being. And all we need to do is help you figure out how you're going to tune in and bring more of your potential to the forefront. So that's what I'm going to help you do today. And it's exciting times because I have my friend, my colleague, Ofkje Teekens, who is from the Netherlands. She is a Jungian psychotherapist, and she is the creator of the Archetype Quest, which we are going to get a demonstration of, and so much more. So first, I need to just do a little bit of housekeeping. Ofkje, I think somehow you're sharing your screen, and I need you to turn off the screen sharing. If you can work that out, and then I will bring on our special guest. So if you've never heard of archetypes, well, you're in for a treat. Well, you probably have, but you are going to get even more insight on how these aspects of your personality, they are natural to you. We're not trying to create something that isn't a part of you. And we're going to help you tune in even more. All right, so because today's presentation is actually a demonstration of Ofkje's Archetype Quest process, I don't want to screw around anymore. I am going to bring Ofkje on in a moment. She's going to teach us some things. We're going to actually experience what it's like to reconnect with, or maybe connect for the first time, some aspects of your personality and your psyche. Ofkje is also going to share with us a little bit on how you can take this coaching method into your own practice if you'd like to. So if you have questions, it would be wonderful for you to pop them into the chat and we will get to them in due time. But first, I want to welcome my friend, my colleague, Ofkje Teekens. Thank you so much for being with me on this special evening demonstration of your beautiful work with the Archetype Quest. Welcome.
Thank you, Andrea. Really happy that you invited me to share. We did a few interviews last month, and yeah, this is wonderful to share my knowledge this evening with the Archetype Quest. I will show the box. It's really fun. I'm a Jungian therapist from the Netherlands, and I make this beautiful tool, which is very good, usable for therapists, for coaches, for light workers. And in the box, there are beautiful design cards with a designer from Netherlands, from Amsterdam, Lisa Rutte. And we have some cards also in the box. It's about themes and growing issues, because we all have issues. And that's why I want to talk about. We have this beautiful game, and I want to try this out with you tonight. It's about leadership, and we also want to be the leader of our own kingdom, isn't it, Andrea?
Absolutely. And I love that aspect of your work because you are inviting us to really step up as the king, the
Yeah,
queen, the leader
yeah,
of your
yeah.
own domain.
Yes, that's good that you say that, because there she is, the queen and the king. So I invited you tonight to step in that role of king or queen. It's not sex related. You can choose also them both. It's also possible. It's up to you. So yeah, welcome to this webinar about Archetype Quest. And maybe I can see the slides of the archetypes are the mirror of our soul, Andrea.
You have it. Take it away.
Can you share the...
Yep, the slides are up.
Okay. And how can I do that? Sorry.
I already have them. The whole audience can see you and the slides.
Okay. So I can see them. So what can I do to see them? Sorry.
I don't know that I can share as I'm doing this. I can try though. But you know what the slides are, so you just
Yeah,
tell
for
tell
sure,
me
for
when
sure.
to advance.
I can tell you, these archetypes are these little personalities inside of us. We know them as the inner critic, or the developer, or the adventurer, or the treasurer. We have 74, and they're all in that box. So we play with them. It's a really playful tool. And these archetypes, these inner personalities, they are the mirror of our soul. And well, it's time to meet them. And I think it's good to tell you that we're all on a journey. And we are all in this little coach. And our soul knows the way. This is also the journey of the hero. It's also in this archetype quest game. So your soul is in it, and he knows the way. And these horses are the archetypes. And these archetypes, they are our talents. So we know we use them to be that good queen or king who is sitting on this coach. So we're all on this journey. And those archetypes we're talking about the 74 archetypes, they have a light side and a shadow side. And because of our childhood, we have a few archetypes that don't show up. And that's a pity. So they are in this treasure box. And it's good to open this treasure box so you can live this fulfilled life. And today we do basic meditation, this imagination about your archetypes. And we also do a second meditation where we dive very deep to show up other archetypes who are irritating us or has to become too big. So we have to meet them. And that's why we connect with them in this big team we have deep inside of us. This is our inner dream team. We use it every day. So maybe when you think about it, you think, yes, I'm a jester. I'm making jokes a lot of the time. Or I'm a researcher. I want to know everything about it. And I'm a judge. I say to everybody, I don't like this, or I don't like that. So my opinion is, life is a game from the heart, and let's play this together. You like that? I hope so. Then you're on a good webinar. So I will invite you to think about a question, what's at this moment good in your life or not so good in your life. And it can be a private question, or it can be a question about your business. So give you a little moment to write down this question while we're going to work with it tonight. So this is about, yes? Yes, please. So maybe you can put on the screen, what is your question?
Yes, that is the question we have up now. The slide is up.
Yeah, I can't see the slide, so for me it's difficult to see. So I hope everybody has a question or a desire you want to reach. So this is your moment. It can be a private question or it can be a business question.
Can you give us an example of like something like what is my life purpose, or what am I supposed to be
Yes,
doing?
that can be a good one. Or I've still this quarrel with my family, or I have a disturbance about something, or yeah, there are a lot of issues, or I feel very lonely and I have difficulties to make connection, or maybe with this coronavirus, I feel very alone. And maybe you feel very suppressed or very weak or lack of energy. Also, these questions or these issues can bother you in daily life, and these archetypes can help you, really help you, to go to a deeper level. And that's what we're going to do tonight. Because we're all in the mind and thinking and think we know the solution, but we don't know everything. But our inner wisdom you can use with these inner personalities, these archetypes. And these archetypes, they can help us. Yes.
Asked a question that has asked, how do I know what is? Well, Ofkje is going to help you meet them. You will actually get in touch with them, right, Ofkje?
Yeah, yes. We're going to do that. So maybe you can pop up the screen with these archetypes. We have a screen with all those archetypes, not all of them, because they don't fit on the screen.
Right. So there's over 70 archetypes. So we're going to just choose one. So tell us what we see on the screen, or do you want me to say them?
Yes. Well, there is a princess, and maybe you are still a princess, and you see her shoes. They are a little too big, and maybe you also feel that you're not ready yet to go in this life and feel a bit of difficulties about that. And there under is the warrior, and the warrior, it is a love warrior, that's okay. But the warrior always wants to fight. You can live your life, but you also can fight every day. And then under that, there is the adventurer. Andrea shows now the cards, they're lovely. And the adventurer, she wants to go on an adventure. You see, her head is already on the adventure, but her body feels very captured in the prison. That's how many people feel them nowadays, especially in this corona time. The other archetype is the storyteller. And the storyteller, we all have our own story, and it's good to tell your story or to write it down. Then you see some issues, maybe you can work on that. The eye opener is also a beautiful archetype. And you see he has a third eye, the big eye who can see everything. So the eye opener can help you. But there are a lot of people who has a gypsy, but they don't know. And they want to express themselves, but they haven't learned it when they were a child. So it's very important that the gypsy can dance and have music and everything. Yeah. So then the traveler. The traveler wants to travel, and maybe you want to travel, but maybe you don't want to, then you don't choose it. And then there's this queen. It's a very good example of these archetypes. They have a light side and they have a shadow side. And you see on the left side, there is the queen, very smiling, very happy. And on the other side, the queen is very shy and she don't want to show up. So she closes her eyes and she's hiding a bit. That's also for some people an issue, that they have no visibility. They're very quiet. They don't speak out loud. And there are a lot of servants also. Maybe you like the servant, maybe not. But the servant is really very laying down, don't listen to her own will, to her own heart. And that's a pity. So that's the shadow side of the servant. It's good to help people, but not every day. You also have to love yourself and to look after yourself. The archetype I like very much is the jester, just smiling and having fun in your work, in your private life. It's important that you have this fun in your life. But when you have a lot of fun, it isn't nice anymore. So life is a game, but also a very serious game sometimes. And there is the recipient. The recipient is a person who receive compliments. And it's difficult to receive compliments for some people. It can be a desire also to receive more compliments, but it's difficult for somebody to receive them. And then there's the connector. It's very important that you can connect with yourself in the first place and connect with other people. But sometimes there is fear to connect. And that's good to look at that fear and see which archetype can help you to get rid of that fear. Free spirit, we all want the free spirit, but we haven't learned that from childhood. But when you get older, you can invite this free spirit to have another life and talk with that. That's what we're going to do after this slide. We're going to meet these archetypes. And that is very interesting because then we get more information from the subconscious. I want to let you feel tonight how this works. Then there is this purifier. She knows everything. She wants to measure everything. She knows what's right or wrong. And the writer is very good in writing things, not expressing himself. Sometimes not so good, but better is it to write it down. And that's a good choice. The actor, it's a lot of times in the shadow side because this actor uses different masks. And we all have different masks. Andrea, you're a mother, you're a writer, you're a speaker, me too. And this actor uses a lot of masks, but when you use them every day, too much, people don't understand you. And then there is this woozy wizard, and this wizard is making hocus pocus, and some people like that, to do this hocus pocus. And there's a teacher. I like to teach. I'm a teacher all my life. That's why I make this beautiful game. Also, when you're interested, I will invite you. Maybe you want to be this Archetype Quest too and work with archetypes. This I made a special program. I will tell you later on in this webinar. So Andrea, can we have the next slide, please?
Just to step in for a second. So when we see these different archetypes, what I hear you saying is that we may be already aware that we have an inner writer and we want to just activate that part of us. Or we may see on that last slide, we may see that there's an archetype like, oh, maybe it is the recipient. We want to learn how to receive compliments or receive abundance. So even if we're not in touch with it, this process will help activate it. Is that right?
Yes, for sure. They are opening up, so they come from their hidden position. And sometimes it's also a deep desire. We're going to talk about this today also. This can be a hidden talent too, a hidden archetype. So this is good, what you say. It's really, you don't know sometimes. Sometimes it's hidden, and sometimes you did it in your childhood, but you lost it during your life, your career or your marriage. And then you lost it, and maybe you can reconnect again, and that can give a lot of joy. Yes.
And so some of the questions are, how do you select the right one? I'm not sure if my sound was on just a minute ago there. But so these archetypes could either be inactive and we want to activate them.
Yes.
Or they could be aspects that we've just forgotten and we've
forgotten, or maybe a big desire and you're too shy, you don't dare to choose it. But this is your day. You can choose everything, every archetype you may choose, and maybe your eyes go to special one archetype, then you choose that one.
Okay, so whatever is speaking to you out there, if there's one or two of these archetypes that really feels like, ooh, I want some of that, or ooh,
I want to know more. Ooh, that ooh feeling. That's good. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to let you take it away.
Yeah. So now we're going to meet this archetype. I told you already about it. We can speak with them, and that's really weird. We can speak together now. I can speak to you, audience, and to Andrea, but you also can speak to these archetypes. And how do you do that? Well, I invite you to close your eyes and put your feet on the ground and feel aligned with Mother Earth and also with the air. Just close your eyes and take a deep breath. And I hope you choose this archetype. Maybe you can show them up, Andrea, again. Before you close your eyes, you pick one. You think, yes, I'm interested. When I look to my question, which one I shall choose. And when you have chosen one, I invite you to feel like a prince or a princess or a queen or a king. And I want to help you to go with this coach for a little ride to your castle or to a special place in nature. And I want to ask you how you feel today, Your Majesty. How do you feel and what are you wearing? You have a beautiful dress or a special suit? And where are we going to? And how is the weather today? So this is your opportunity to go for a little ride, to drive with the coach, or to go to this special place. And at this moment, you are at the right location, and there this archetype will show up. You have invited him, you want to meet him, and you want to speak with him. So take a look. How does this look like? Is this a man or is this a woman? And can you see his age? Is it an old man or a trendy millennial? And maybe he has bring or she has bring something for you. And what is your question? When you look to your
Is it
own
an old
question,
man?
what do you want to ask? What do you want to ask to this archetype? What is his function in your kingdom, Your Majesty? What can he do for you? And maybe you want to see this person more often. Can he help you with your problem? You want to make a commitment with this archetype. Can he be your best friend? Maybe you can make a next appointment with him or her and tell him or her you want to come back and meet him again. Maybe you don't like this connection and just tell him or her. So thank your archetype and then we go away with this coach to this chat room, back to the now. And I invite you to open your eyes again. A special meeting with your archetype. And how do you feel? You put something in the chat. Maybe you want to share your experience. I'm curious. How was this? Your first time maybe to meet your archetypes. You go deep inside to your imaginary world. Was there a message for you? Maybe you want to write something down about this experience. Just a few sentences, it's good.
So don't be shy, everyone. If you care to share with Ofkje what you experienced as you went through this visualization, did you make contact with the one that you really wanted to, or did some other archetype appear, or did you have difficulty?
Yeah, maybe it can be also, and then we go to the next imagination, that the archetype is angry with you because he's already for years in your kingdom and he don't want to show up. Maybe he has covered his face. It's all possible. Or maybe he's only showing his back to you. Or maybe it's a reunion. He's very happy to see you again. So I'm curious, was there something special in this meeting? And do you want to tell me? You want to put it in the chat?
So far, all we see is Aida says, I made rolls. I'm not sure what that means.
Maybe she can explain, Aida.
And Fernando says, I select the connector to help me connect better with my inner self. Because he says, I don't make contact really.
Wow. This is difficult for him. Fernando is his name?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, Fernando. Maybe you can do another time again, because the connector can really help you to connect first with yourself, can help you for more self-love, more self-confidence, and to connect to other people. The first step, he can help you to connect with yourself. So try this on again tomorrow or next week.
Yeah. So now that he's been contacted, you can keep encouraging that archetype to be present to help you.
Yeah.
And we also have one from Rossi. She says, I saw a young man, very kind, and you asked him to free me because I was feeling locked in the castle, and he was very kind.
Wow, wow. This is special, really. So this, you can imagine that you can talk with these archetypes, but it can be very helpful. And that's what I do with the Archetype Quest. You really go on a quest, on a travel of the journey of the hero, sorry. And then you connect and you collect all those archetypes. So at the end, you have this inner dream team you have always with you, and you will never be alone. So isn't this wonderful? So when there is something you bother about, you can ask them to come to you and talk with them. So they can give you information from your subconscious. So again, I tell you, it goes around your head, straight to your heart, and you make this heart-brain connection. And there is more information, inner wisdom from other collective things. And that's why it's so good to do this. Yeah, it can be very helpful if we're open to it and try it on.
Yeah.
Take some experience.
Who has some experience already is Aida, and she says she connected with the purifier archetype.
Wow.
And told him, I am the queen of my kingdom, and he will only be.
Wow.
I love that.
Yeah, me too. Thank you, Aida. Wonderful. So I hope you're there again to go for a deeper dive Is that okay for you both, for all of you who
Yeah,
listen?
let's do it again. So,
Yes. So, and now we do some other things. This was really a traditional imagination, but we can do some special other things. So maybe you can put on the other slide about choosing another archetype. First, I tell you the questions, and then we go back to the sheet about the archetype pictures, Andrea. So this time I want you have an other look to the archetypes. If there's somebody of the archetypes who is very dominant. What I told you, it is about your inner kingdom and that your king and your queen are there and they have their own leadership in your own kingdom. But sometimes there's a rebel in your kingdom and he's very, very dominant. And that you don't like because there's pain in your kingdom. So there's this archetype very dominant, and you want to talk with him and say, no, no, I don't like that. So take your own place and you make it a bit smaller so that the other archetypes can be a bit bigger. So the dominant thing. And then there are archetypes that are irritating you, that makes you angry. So you don't like it. There is not here, but there is a demolisher people don't like, but it can be very helpful to demolish things in your kingdom and to rebuild it, to make a better foundation. So look if there is an archetype in the sheet who makes you angry though. I don't like this one. And maybe there is some resistance from the archetype or from you, and you want to know more about it. Maybe it's connected with this problem, this question you have today in your life. So let us see, and maybe there is an archetype with a deep wish. Maybe there's, well, what do we have? We have a writer and you really want to write a book, then you have to go to the soul writing of Andrea. But also you can meet this writer and maybe there's a very deep wish and this writer is all your life in this treasure box. Maybe this is the moment to open up and you will meet your writer and you hear your deep wish inside to write a child book or a little novel or just a little story. So this is very interesting, and maybe you want to be for your whole life a gypsy with big earrings and red lips. Also very nice, dancing. Yeah. So it's up to you. We now gonna. So maybe you can look to this question. You want to look to a dominant archetype, or maybe an archetype that makes you angry, or maybe a resistant archetype, or maybe archetype you want to have it, but you're not sure of it. So open your treasure box. So, are you ready again? And can you show up these pictures again so people can take a look? So take one. And I invite you again to close your eyes, please, and feel your feet on the ground and feel connected with your heart. So take a deep breath. And you inhale and exhale. And it can be helpful to close your eyes and to concentrate on that question and this archetype you have chosen. So there we go again. I invite you to go to this special place, maybe outside or maybe in your castle, and to meet and greet this archetype. And suddenly, there or he or she is and wants to meet your majesty. He wants to meet you. So he shows up, and what does this archetype wants from you? Do you like to see him? Or he's just teasing you, he don't want to show up? Maybe you can look at that. What the archetype is showing up? And how do you feel? Does this archetype make you angry? And you want to send him away from your kingdom because he's disturbing your life? Can be very, very bad for your health. Or maybe you resist him, you won't let him in. That's also possible. You push him away, or he push you away. Think about your question. What can this archetype do for you? Maybe you're curious what he wants. Just ask him. Ask why he's here, what he wants from you. What is his position in your life? You want to prioritize him. Or maybe you really want to connect because you want to write that book. Or you want to sing or dance with this archetype you never met before. It's like you're in a dream. I'll give you a few moments to see and feel what is happening in this connection. Look if you want to look in your eyes and you can make a special connection with him. What does he want to tell you? Does it make you happy to meet this archetype? How do you feel? So when you think it's enough and when you're ready, tell him or her you want to come back and meet up again. And maybe you want to make an appointment for the next meeting. You can thank him or her. And you tell him you want to meet again another time. So please, I invite you again to open your eyes and be with us again. And are there any people who want to share this other experience? So something special you want to tell? Or maybe you want to write it down. What has happened in your meeting with this archetype? This deep dive. Can be helpful to share it. Share this new information about yourself with the others.
Okay, everyone, you're being awfully quiet.
Yoo-hoo! So something this archetype wants to tell you, who has opened his treasure box with his big desire to become a dancer or a musician or a gypsy or a connector. Maybe the connector is now connecting, or this free spirit, this belonging to be more free in your spirit.
Connecting very deeply with the warrior.
You did? Wow, I saw your eyes. You tell us what happened at your face.
I think my sound might be going out.
Yeah.
Can you all hear me,
Yeah,
folks?
better
Just
now.
give me a
Yeah.
yes or no. It was interesting. What I felt was this energy of kind of this warrior with a sword saying, "We're not going to let anything get in the way of our dreams." And it was like,
Wow.
lately, as you already know, lately I've been like really imagining the next level in my life and my business, and I'm going for these big things. So I
Hmm.
felt like my warrior was stepping in to say, "I got you."
And
And
how does that feel?
it felt great. I was a little bit surprised because I feel already very positive about where I'm going in my life and business.
Hmm.
But it actually felt good. Like, okay, you're not going to let me fall back into, old patterns or whatever. It's like I felt this warrior really there to protect the dream and to make sure we move forward no matter what.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. And Ida says, I met the writer and she gave me her commitment to help me to share my story.
Wow. So you get permission, Ida. That's great.
Yeah. And support, a commitment to help. I love that.
Yes. Great. Wonderful. Are there any other comments, Andrea?
Not any others. So you all feel free if you have something you'd like to share or have a question answered, you can do that as well. Or we can move on. Okay.
It's also a bit people are shy to share, and I understand that, but it can be helpful to write it down. And now it was my invitation tonight to share and to show you how you can connect with these archetypes. So it's possible to do it with yourself, and when there are really issues, you also I can help you with that if you want to. So happy that you want to join this with us. And if
Well,
you,
we
yeah,
have Shireen who has just typed in,
okay,
and Shireen says it's a very deep place. The wizard was encouraging adventure, which
wow.
I love. And um, she said she didn't see a face or gender, just a presence, a
Mm,
great supportive presence, and you'd
mm,
like to visit it again. And that's kind of the thing I love about this. Ofkje, when you first worked with me and my
yeah,
daughter when we were in the Netherlands,
yes.
I was surprised by the archetypes that got activated. One of them, let's see if I can find him. This one wasn't on the screen, everyone. Let's see if I can put just me up. And this is the field
Feel.
marshal.
Hmm.
But I would have called it, what do you call it? I keep saying whippersnapper, but someone who cracks the whip.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But this one got activated when I was with you in Holland, and we did
And
it.
what happened? What happened? Do you want to share what happened then?
Yeah, what I found really interesting was once it got activated, it's not
Mm,
like I could call on it if I needed to. But once my inner field marshal was activated, it was like, oh, anytime I was facing a situation, even if it wasn't the original thing around this
mm,
business organization stuff, I could feel that presence kind of step in and say, no, we've got this. We're going to keep these tasks going. And
mm,
it was actually really, really helpful for me because I didn't even have to like activate it or go call on it. It just
mm,
naturally came up and I could feel my strength.
mm. Thank you for sharing this because we have 74 and we work generally with 10 or 12 archetypes daily life, but we have them all and it can be next week another pop up. And it's so interesting that you can invite him and see what he has for you. He always has a message or something, an object or subject he brings to you and can help you with solving your problems.
Yeah, I
And it
love
is
that.
inside yourself. It's a collective memory from karma, families. It is in your system. So it's the blueprint of your mind, your soul.
So we
Wonderful.
have we have another one.
Great.
Fernando says this is a big one.
Wow.
Hang on, let me just resize this if I can.
Mm-hmm.
So Fernando says It was crazy. I selected the recipient, but when I closed my eyes, the adventurer jumped in.
Can be.
And he says, I was able to see myself in a box. But my question was about my life purpose and passion and living the dream of my life to see it with clarity. It told me that myself didn't allow to see with clarity because I'm so perfectionistic.
Mm-hmm.
It took my hands to show me, but we have to stop it. Definitely, I will come back. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So that is revealing a lot, that you can call on the archetype that you think you really want, but sometimes your subconscious gives you what you really need.
Yeah, that's it. That's because it's from your subconscious. Yeah, I really think this is interesting message, and it can be that the rebel is coming or the jester on the table. It can be everything. So it's to open up another part of yourself. It gives a lot of information where you're looking sometimes for your whole life. So it can give these answers to you, and it's a beautiful tool to work with people and solve problems, and yeah,
Yeah.
especially for therapists.
Well, we have another one. Rossi says, I connected with the jester, and he
Oh,
was making fun of me and made me angry. However, he was doing it purposefully to make me angry and speak
the
up.
microphone. Yeah,
And it said, I asked, what is it he wants? He said he wants me to open up. Don't be shy.
I
Speak
can't hear
up.
you. Your microphone is not working.
Hmm.
Yeah, now it's better. Yeah.
Okay.
So please repeat. I didn't hear you.
Sure. Rossi said that she connected with the jester. He was
Yes.
making fun of her and made
Yeah.
her angry, but he was doing
Great.
it purposefully to make her angry so she would speak up. And when she asked, what is it he wants? The jester said, he wants me to open up, don't be shy, and speak up.
Wow, this is a big invitation from your subconscious. Yeah. And it's just as making fun, just to invite you to open up and open up your treasure box. And maybe he or she is teasing in when she was a child. Can be also that she closed up, and now it's a possibility to an invitation to open up again. Yeah.
Nice. Awesome.
Awesome. So big experiences. Nice. So this is what archetypes can do for you. So this is also a question to you when you can have the next sheet. So we have heard how people felt. So my question to you is: do you want to help also people to find a mission in life? And with the help of these archetypes, these entities, you can find every day. So this is the ability to become the archetype coach. Use this box with your clients or with yourself. I made a beautiful educational program. So I want to. This is an online training to become an archetype quest coach in 7 modules in 10 weeks. So maybe you can show the box, the slide of the box, and you see in the box are 74 cards, beautiful design, who really gives you an impression what kind of archetype this is. And there's a manual, and in this manual, when you open up, you see all those archetypes with the light side and the shadow side, and also a description. The designer made it very nice, the light and shadow side. She combined it in the designs. And there are these cards also with these issues. Issues we talk about: angry, anger, trust, belonging, friendship. And you have issues about growing. So where you want to grow. And it can be trust or sharing feelings or go for a better self-expression. So all those issues, you look to this issue in this game, in this tool, and which archetype can help you to reach this result with this issue. So what do you get in this game box? This game box are including the 74 archetype cards, a double game board, with a nautilus and a pyramid, a theme and growth card I just show you, a manual, and you also have a PDF to workbook to work with your client. You can print it. So 7 modules of an online training, And you can have a private session for Q&As, because archetypes are a bit difficult to explain and to learn. So we experience a lot, and you will share with your private Facebook group all those questions. And at the end, you have an evaluation and a certification. So you will be officially an Archetype Quest Coach. And I just started a training with a few new coaches all over the world. So that's beautiful. So I'm looking again for ambassadors who want to share this beautiful tool to the world and make it global. Yes, so where are we? What do I want to learn you? What I told you, there is a lot of inner child meditation where you can reconnect with your inner child. And with most of the people, there's a lot of pain in their childhood and confusion. Sometimes you're high sensitive or something has happened and old issues. So we can work on that. And in this training, you first go to this private journey, the journey of the hero. You will find and meet your issues. You can work on that. And how to work this tricky art of forgiveness. There are a lot of people that maybe you are abused or there's something happening in your life or there's a quarrel in the family or with a friend. You can forgive them. And how to guide your clients in choosing the archetypes, meeting and working with them. So I learned, we just experience it, but you have to do a trial with a client. So you will learn how to do it for business, how to meet your archetypes and lead them through this journey. And the hero's journey, of course, is also in this educational program and how to work with this. First, writing your own life story, and I already can see all those issues. Then recognizing the many issues from childhood that they may still be around, so you can work on that, and then you can be a better coach when you work at that. And how to process and move through them. And how to help your clients to formulate their mission, because this game is about leadership, how to feel your own king or queen in your own kingdom. But it's also to find your mission. What are you going to do in this life? What are you going to bring to this global world? And you begin making those important changes for the better. So this course also ended with 2 practical plans for the future. It's not only the woo-woo thing like Andrea told everybody now. It's also about making concrete, manifesting things for the future. So you're going through this transformational process. You learn it first yourself, and then I learn you in these modules how you can help your clients with this special tool that comes around your head with your subconscious to find your mission and go through this transformational process. Yes. So we start with this life story. We look to your problems, your issues. We solve them with building your inner dream team with these archetypes. And in the end, you find your mission. And we make it concrete in the end. So this is what we're doing. And maybe I can see the next sheet. So the price of this training is 3,500, but today we do a special offer and we have a special reduction for this webinar. The special price today is 2,999 when you sign up in the next 24 hours. And if you want to have this reduction of more than 500 euro, then please put your email address in the chat so I can contact you for a private call and maybe you have any questions. So show your interest putting your email address in the chat to make sure you have this special reduction. And there is a special code. Andrea, can you put this in the chat, this code? To get that reduction. And we have another offer to give you. This Archetype Quest training is not 3,500, but when you sign in the next 24 hours, you only pay 2,999 and get this reduction of more than 500 euro. And for the first 5, this is the extra I give to you, is an extra bonus of 1 hour private session with me. And if you're interested, then I invite you to put your email address in the chat so we can reach you out and make an appointment to give you this private session. And we'll meet more archetypes so you can feel about it, how you can help you in your private life if you have these big issues sometimes. Yes. So it's important that you open up your treasure box and you will see and meet your archetypes and you find your own gold. So this is my invitation to you, and it was a pleasure to meet you tonight and join me on my journey. And I would love to join you on your journey in this online training of 7 modules of Archetype Quest. So thank you for listening, and maybe there are some questions, Andrea. I would love to answer them about this.
Yeah, let's see if there's some stuff in the chat. While we were doing, you were explaining, Ofkje.
Mm-hmm.
Shireen said, I heard you say that an archetype can be with us in other areas of our life from time to time, other than the current question. And you said that we can also reject an archetype. So how do you know if it's not our fear of the archetype talking more than our wisdom?
We all have that wisdom. When fear is there, it's really difficult. So then when we dive deep and go in that meditation, you will be sure that the right archetype is with you. But sometimes you don't like it. It doesn't give this archetype give you a good feeling. So you ask him to get out of your kingdom, please, friendly. And maybe it's better that he gets retired because he was in your kingdom for a long time. And that's also a good question because sometimes your father and your mother are still in your kingdom. And then you don't have your own kingdom. So they say, I had this own experience with my mother. She was already dying 5 years before that. And every imagination, I told my coach, let's first ask my mom. But she wasn't there anymore. But she was really deep in my system. So it's good to check for a coach. I learned you that, to check that there is not a mother or a father still in your kingdom, because then you don't have a free spirit, and then you reign not at your own. That's it.
I think that is huge. There's so many people, as you know, of course, but so many people that come to me who've like seen my TED Talk, for example, and they're like, I want to go and travel my own path, but I just can't get this fear of disappointing my parents or going against my parents. So you would say bring them up in your archetype imagination and kick them out of your kingdom, because we all are meant to be living our own life.
Yes.
Even though it might be scary to disappoint your family, ultimately you have to be the one that's in control of your kingdom or queendom.
The father is also one of the archetypes, but it's good when this is the father yourself. But when it's your own father, then you can tell him, thank you for educating me in my childhood, but I don't need you anymore because now I'm an adult. So there's a lot of inner child work to experience in this game. And it's really surprising because you think, well, I'm 60 now, so now I know what I have to do in my life. But it can be suppressed sometimes because inside your inner critic, you hear your mom say, don't do that. It's not good for you. So you can get rid of it and you send your mom in a coach to her own kingdom with respect and say, thank you so much for what you did for me. But now I'm ready to have my own kingdom. Thank you. So this is it. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much for this, Ofkje. I think so many people had these different questions. So now you've given us a little more time to go a little deeper and pick out not only one that would help us, but the ones that we might want to kick out of our consciousness for a while.
Kick out process, yes.
So there you have it, my friends. If you are curious, if you'd like to learn more, then you can visit Ofkje online. She's also on social media. And if you feel like adding this to your toolbox as a coach, as a transformational teacher or healer, I highly recommend Ofkje. It has been a gift to know her for the last couple of years and to be able to work with you, Ofkje, especially with this archetype stuff, because so many people have heard of them, but I love the way that you've given us something tangible. So
Mm.
rather than just, thinking about them, or which is of course wonderful,
Mm.
I love that we have something tangible, and we can look at it, we can ask these questions, we can tune into the energy of what do I really need help with in this right
Mm.
now. And of course I love them because I'm also an artist, and I think that what you've
Yeah.
created are
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful. I mean, they're so beautiful. So using these with clients is awesome. So
Yeah,
thank
it's a
you.
playful way to talk with people and to give you therapy if it's necessary. Yeah. So
Yes.
thank you for watching this webinar. I was very happy to show you how the archetypes work, and feel free to join me. And this offer is only today, 24 hours, but you can always ask me for more information. Welcome. Thank you,
Wonderful.
and thank you, Andrea, for having me.
My pleasure. My pleasure. So excited to share this new approach with the world. And so if you missed any part of today's broadcast, you can rewatch it. We will also be posting the replay on our Academy. So thank you all for being here, and thank you for just opening up your mind to explore something in a new way. And if you do have one of these archetypes or several of them that come up, drop me an email or send an email to Ofkje so that she can get some feedback
Oh
on
yeah,
how this
that's
has
very nice.
actually been stimulating in your life.
Great. Thank you.
All right, so we have some people saying thank you. You're
Bye bye.
welcome, Fernando. You're welcome, Rossi. Thank you for being here again, everyone. And yes, thank you, Shireen, for tuning in. She says, this is a great tip. Check if parents are still gatekeepers of the psyche and thank them. And great for young people too. Such a wonderful way of doing together. And she asks, where can we buy the cards, or is it only as a part of the coaching? You can actually get the whole deck, um, even if you're not a coach, right? Yeah, exactly. Dun, 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 dun. This beautiful baby.
Ta-da! Yeah.
So if you visit ofkjetekens.com, you'll see a little link there with the
Web
British
shop.
flag. You can
Mhm.
access her information in Dutch and in English, and you can obtain information on where to buy
The
the
card.
card deck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Everything is possible. Wonderful. Thank you for all these questions. It was an honor to see you, and maybe speak soon.
Yes. Thank you
Bye.
so
Thank you.
much.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Well, keep us posted on your progress, and I would love to see you again on one of our deep dives or one of these live trainings. And if you have any other questions or topics that you would like for me to cover, then just shoot me an email and I'd be happy to entertain it. Until we meet again, remember that you are a gift to the world. So share your presence with passion. Much love.